My favorite Pentax lenses, and yeah, there's a lot of them. I mean, a lot of you guys have been asking me over the years, and after, reviewing 3.5 years of lenses of Pentax, it's been, I know too much, and I know too much, but let me just shrink this list down for you guys. The first lens that I really love by Pentax, and you guys know already, right? It's the first lens that I started on this channel. It's the Pentax 150 to 450. Now, I don't know who in Pentax designed that lens. That was a heck of a lens. I want an Encore. I want like a 250 to 600 now from the same person who designed the 150 to 450. Now, this lens, when I first saw it, I was like, why isn't anyone doing a YouTube video on this lens? And I don't know. I still don't know. No one did any review on this lens. So when I started the channel, I was like, that's the first lens I'm going to test. And then I tested next to my buddy Matty. He had the Canon 500 f4, 70 Mark II. I had the K1, 150 to 450. Image quality side by side, very identical almost, except the bokeh from his f4. And also his overall sharpness was slightly more. However, it's a $2,000 lens versus a $8,000 lens. So it doesn't compare, right? But it is really close, right? With all that in mind, I think a lot of you guys know that it's one of the best telephoto lenses on the market. But I think people skip that lens because they're looking for a body similar to like a D500 or 70 Mark II, something with a CF car or with a QXD car, or right now in these days, a CF Express car. So I think once Pentax, whenever they drop that new APS-C body, it's going to be one of the most phenomenal combo on the market. So that is very exciting to see. Hopefully Pentax, you guys don't screw this up. Hopefully they don't screw this up, but we'll see what happens, guys. Now, my second favorite lens from Pentax would have to be the 50mm 1.4 star glass lens. That lens is amazing. I don't know what's going on out there, but that is an amazing lens. It beat the Limited Series 43, the 55 1.4 star glass lens, the DA version, I believe. I think that's the model. It tore that lens apart. It definitely tore up the Sigma 50mm 1.4. That was shocking. I was like, what the heck? I was like, yeah, that's not good, because that Sigma was like kind of like the staple in the Nikon and Canon world, with the third-party lenses taking over. And yeah, Pentax just tore a big hole in that one. Yeah, so the 50mm 1.4 is very excellent. I just, it's crazy, right? But now I'm just a little worried about the 85mm 1.4, because there is something that's missing. It's not the same formula, but who knows, right? Maybe they're doing something even better. So there you go. The 50mm 1.4 is my second favorite lens. My third favorite lens, it's definitely that 28 to 105. Yep, that is my favorite lens. Oh my gosh, when I first started the channel, I know I'm going to exaggerate this, but I remember I did like a 3-part series on that lens and people hated me for it. I think it was like 30 or 40 minutes a piece. I forget, but it was pretty long. I did so many different kind of tests on that lens. That was my favorite lens. You get the 28, you get a 35, you get the 50, you get the 85 and 100. It's a really sharp, fast, accurate lens. There's nothing I can complain about it. It is what it is. It's really good. It's a good walk around lens if you're going to like the forest, or you're going to areas where, you need some weather seal, right? So yeah, speaking of weather seal, yeah, that was the lens that you guys remember. I tossed it mud on it. Yeah, that lens, that lens is still working too. I was amazed. That lens was still working. So if you guys are ever going to like hiking or like some place that is like, bad environment, you don't know what to expect, rain, snow, or whatever, that's a good one. That's a good lens. Oh my God. And the reason why I keep smiling about it, because there was more that happened after that, because you guys just saw the mud. I was actually using that lens a lot, and yeah, it was the best lens I ever used by Pentax. It should be number 1 on this, but I'm putting number 3 because it's not like a really expensive lens, but it's really a good lens, and it's a really fun lens. And yeah, I remember doing a lot of crazy stuff with that lens. All weather conditions, it was crazy. Yeah, definitely 28 to 105. That's That's in my books. I don't know why people are not talking about that lens. It's weird. It's strange, but yeah, that's a good one. That's a good one. My dear old 20-105. My fourth favorite lens, it has to be the Pentax 11-18 DA Star Glass lens. Yeah, that was an interesting one. I mean, I didn't expect that lens to do that well versus the Fuji. I remember the whole, Pentax versus the World Series that I did, versus the Fuji, versus the Sony. And yeah, I expected the Fuji to dominate because it was $2,000. And I think the Pentax was, I think it's like 14 at the time, I believe. But yeah, it was shocking. It was really shocking. I remember redoing the test 4 times, going back to the same spots, right? Taking the same shots, right? Making sure that the sun came out, seeing how bad, the chromatic aberration was, seeing how bad, the whole image was, right? And for some reason, Pentax lens was it was dominating like crazy all day. And yeah, that was the first lens that I just want to come out and say that Pentax should have like charged this lens a bit more. I think they're like charging a bit too low for this quality right here, because it just dominated at $2,000 lens. Basically, it dominated. It was frightening. I was thinking to myself, what is Pentax doing? And I think another thing that freaked me out in that review was Pentax even made like this small advertisement about that lens on their website, and they compared it with their old lens, and Pentax said, this is basically better than our old crap, pretty much. So that was a good one. That was a good one, Pentax. See, they have some humor when they do that type of stuff, because no other company that I have seen have done that. So that was pretty interesting. They just talk crap about the older lens. So there you go, Pentax 11-18. That is really, really good. So my last and final lens. Yeah, this is hard because I actually like a lot more lenses, but I don't want to bore you guys. So I just want to give you my top 5. So just because I gave this one part of my list does not mean that the rest of the lenses sucks. There actually are many more good ones out there. But my 5th one is the one that most of you guys have asked me to review, but I don't know why. There's something about me where, I mean, I think I know why. It's because when I do a review, I have to focus, right? I need to go out and do all this testing, 16 plus hours, just, grind it out and do it side by side and stuff like that. But for some reason, every time when I see this lens right here, I don't feel like reviewing it, because this is my daily workhorse. This is the 20-40 limited series lens, weather resistant, HD coating, 20-40, great focal length. Basically, I like the user experience on this lens, and it looks great with my Pentax KP. Now, yeah, this is probably one of those lenses that a lot of you guys want me to review, but I think I'll just keep this as a secret, actually. So yeah, this is my favorite lens, actually, my favorite limited series lens, besides the 35 macro. So yeah, that was a fun one. Yeah, see, there's even more lenses I could talk about, but these are my top 5. So hopefully you guys enjoy this video, and let me know what's your top 5, because I know my top 5 may not be your top 5. So definitely leave your comments down below. We'd love to hear from you guys. So yeah,